There was once a butterfly called Sally. She was flying through a forest to look for her grandma.
Suddenly, she saw her grandma trying to get through bubbles.
Let's have a dance party. One day, Larry the Driver was out walking, but he didn't know where he was going. He tried to stretch his neck up tall, but he was not tall enough.
He looked around, but his parents were nowhere to be seen.
Then Larry heard footsteps. He saw a long neck.
Then he shouted,
Mum!
Larry's mum then looked at him,
took him
home and had dinner.
He had bad news. He had bad news. His father died.
Larry wanted to know who it was that killed his father. Larry wanted revenge.
He gave that person revenge, of course.
Yeah, kick us!
You know, baby! After he gave revenge to him, he went home and told his mum about what he did for revenge. Thank you for watching.
They look great, like little paddles almost, aren't they?
Long time ago, there lived a fly called Bob. Everyone thought he was really weird because he never, ever took a bath. He went to a new area because the other area got abandoned for work. When he went there, there were two billies. George tried to bully him, but whatever they done, Bob was too quick. One time, George and Ethan were chasing Bob, and suddenly, without noticing, Bob did the world's most biggest fart in the world. This fart was so strong it blew both Ethan and George all the way 50 meters backwards. This taught George and Ethan a lesson why to never mess with Bob. He started flying. What's the title? No, that's what I'm asking you. What do you think?
You know the attack.
Gary's Feast-like Adventure, starring 19-year-old Gary and 2 fish. This one is called Charles, and this one is called Edward. One day, Charles and Edward were fighting over who's faster. Now I'm faster, now I'm faster. They settled to see who's the fastest by having the race. 3, 2, 1. Go! But Edward was just going so fast that Charles didn't see him. But while he never saw Charles, Gary appeared. And Edward got eaten. And Edward got eaten by Gary. Now, Charles didn't know where Gary was. He looked in front of him and behind him, even the other direction. But he didn't see him until Gary appeared. Who are you?
I'm Gary.
Gary who?
Gary the great white shark. I'm also known as the water hog.
Well, if you're the water hog, you must need the blue every minute.
How dare you say that, you little silly fish? You can't even, you're slower than a water snail. I don't know how you won the race. It must have been a miracle for you.
Well, why don't we settle it with you racing me?
Okay.
And if you win, you get to eat me. And if I win, you go somewhere else.
Deal.
So they got ready for the race. The race started in 3, 2, 1. God! And Gary was being so slow, and he said he won.
Yes, but I did win.
No, you didn't, you cheater.
Yes, I did.
Fine, redo it.
What?
3, 2, 1, go! Oh, you're blocking me! And now, Charles won. Charles won, but Gary kept disagreeing.
No, I won. You're just a sore loser.
Oh,
Yes.
be quiet.
Why don't you become quiet?
Why don't you be quiet?
No, you.
Fine, one more race, and if I lose, you eat me. So, 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, Gary, you're such a slow phone. It was a photo finish, but Gary still ate Charles. He started chasing him. And Charles was eaten by Gary. Now Gary later on was known as the Great Eater. And now we are done with part 1. Tune in for part 2 on channel 4 HD.
To be continued.